All righty. Every game, every era, every fan. You're listening to Squad Sportcast. Four brothers, one mic, all sports. Stop all of the presses at this moment in time. We like to thank you all for your likes, your views, your subscriptions, your shares, everything, your comments, everything to help make our last episode a recent success. The emergency committee has gotten back with me. They have cleared the tie. Our winner for the Crash King for last episode is Jordan. Unfortunately, Jordan couldn't make it. He's out busy. He crashed so hard. He did one of Mike's episodes. He crashed so hard, bro, had to be out for the whole next episode. That's how bad it was. It's crazy. Don't ask me how it goes. But like I said, no man is safe here in the Squad Sportscast. Anybody can get it. We are joined here today by a fellow brethren, Mr. Theo. Shout outs to Mr. Theo. You do have a couple of seconds to introduce yourself. So go ahead and get that introduction out the way, sir.
What's going on, everybody? I'm Thel Clement out of Salisbury, North Carolina, 704. Man, just glad to be with my fraternity brothers chopping it up on some sports, man.
Hey, you already know we got that 1925 connection out there.
Yes, sir.
So, like we always say out here, if you like what you are hearing, if you love what you're seeing, if the comments is where it's at, like I said, make sure you're leaving that like, that share, the subscribe button. It's all free. It's all free. We're on the road to 100 subscribers. Right now, we are sitting at 38 subscribers. So we on the thing. We're on the move to bigger and better. With that being said, let's get into it. First topic of the day: Philly in trouble. Because recent reports have had A.J. Brown, he is technically expected to finalize a deal moving him to the New England Patriots for a first round, a third round, and tight end Austin Hooper.
Ooh,
If this move is executed, there's two questions. Number one, does Jalen Hurts get exposed? Or does number two, it proves he really may be truly elite?
man.
Well, I think that I think Jalen Hurts will get exposed. I mean, I don't hate Jalen Hurts. I just think that he's had a team around him that's been stellar for years and years. So it's difficult to give him all the credit as if, he's the reason that they won. As I've stated previously, that game that he had in the Super Bowl where they played Patrick Mahomes the first time, oh, he was stellar. He looked like the best player on the field, including Patrick Mahomes. And that's wild to say. But since then, he honestly hasn't really done as much with as much talent as he's had around him. To me, he's actually been a bit disappointing. I think that he's a good player. I don't think he's a great player. And I think that there's a lot of opportunities for him to show us more. Losing A.J. Brown, though, man, that's a heck of a loss because, um, one, AJ Brown is a fantastic player. He was inconsistent last season, but he's a fantastic player. I would love to have had him on the Steelers last year or even this coming year, but then I would lose the bet to Jordan. So
Immediately.
since I know that Jordan's about to shave his whole body, his whole head, and shave his girlfriend's head, then I at least have to. I at least
Not
have
his
to.
girlfriend's head.
I don't even know if he got a girlfriend, but if he does, she got to shave her head too, because I had to let him know he don't know what he talking about when it comes to this sports thing. So, um, interestingly enough, I think that there's actually bigger trades going on to me that are making a bigger impact than this AJ Brown one. Like for example, the David Montgomery trade that we talked about last week. I think that's going to have a big impact there. I think that the trade of DJ Moore to the Bills is actually an even bigger impact. The reason I say
Carolina North.
Patriots are losing, the Patriots are losing Stephon Diggs, who they just released, and then replacing him with AJ Brown. Don't get me wrong; it's a big boon for the business. But who's the number two receiver then? Who's the one that makes it so you're not double covering AJ Brown? Nobody else on the Patriots team scares them, especially offensively. And their running backs are pretty good, but who else is scary? So, do I think Jalen Hurts is going to, fumble without AJ Brown? I think he'll be all right. He may even make the Pro Bowl. Do I think they win the Super Bowl without AJ Brown? No, no, I don't. I think it's going to be really interesting what they do in the offseason. They're going to have to pick up somebody like if Carnell Tate falls to the Eagles, that would be wild. But that'd be a fantastic pickup. Jordan Tyson, if he falls to the Eagles, which is actually probably more realistic, that would be a good pickup. But I think that they're probably more likely to do something in free agency. It's just there's not a lot of free agents out there. Romeo Dobbs comes to mind as will be a fantastic pickup to replace him. So that's just my takes there. I'll pass it to you, Theo.
I feel like they ain't really use him right anyway. So I feel like Hurts was more exposed last year with the all the weapons than he will be this year. I feel like this year will be probably kind of a repeat of last year because you still got Saquon in the backfield. You're still going to have Smitty, and that defense is going to be that defense. So the Eagles, record wise, will still, they'll win 10, 11 games. Well, not 11 games. They'll probably still make the playoffs. But that off with all the weapons they had, that offense would definitely underachieve last year. So I feel like they're gonna have they underutilized AJ from the just to start with. So losing him, I feel like it'd be effective because he definitely dictates coverage. However, when you underutilize a superstar wide receiver like they did, I don't. I feel like it's not. Again, it's going to be status quo. It's not really going to be no loss or no gain because they didn't really use him properly in the first place.
All right. So I've let y'all say y'all piece. And it was all good. Everybody has an opinion. Just like buttholes. Everybody has an opinion. I'm so glad that y'all had y'all chance to have y'all shine time. But let's now set the record straight. First and foremost, I've already talked about this in prior episodes, and I don't look y'all directly in the face because I ain't got to go nowhere. I've already told y'all that if I was the Philadelphia Eagles, A.J. Brown don't need to go anywhere. Because since A.J. Brown has been in the league, since he's been in the league, he has been an absolute number one wide receiver. He's been physical. He's ran good routes. I wouldn't put him at top of the list as far as running the route tree, but he's ran some pretty good routes. And when his number's been called, there's been very limited times outside of the last 4 or 5 games, because AJ, I need you to understand, you owned the chopping block for those last 5 games. So outside of those last 5 games, he's been a very consistent wide receiver. What we are now doing is you're resetting on both. To which, hey, it is what it is. If you won't perform, you got to go. So I understand the whole thing about everything. Understand though, play calling is a thing. Like, there's nobody that looked at that 49ers game and said, oh, well, outside of A.J. Brown's hands being for decoration, that play calling was absolutely crap. I'm sorry. Did I say something wrong? Because last time I recall, if you're calling a Hail Mary pass, basically, 4 go routes against cover 4, they know you got to throw a touchdown. And the play calling that you're calling Madden plays in an NFL game, come on, bro. Come on, bro. We got to do better with ourselves. Now, if the Eagles had said, listen, A.J. Brown, we need you to perform this year. You didn't give 100% effort. And let this year to be the year to determine whether or not you was going to take that dead hit. I get it. But to take a $30 million cap hit, ship him off not only to the AFC, you ship him off to the team that won a Super Bowl? That got to the Super Bowl? Come on, bro. I need Philly to be thinking a little bit. Because keep in mind, Drake May had off days throughout this playoff. If that man Drake May develops next year, we're talking about an absolute problem now that Philly has caused. If anything, if y'all was gonna do that, y'all might as well have gave him to the Giants and said thank you for Saquon. That's how I feel about it. But again, as I said, to answer the question, I will actually agree with Mike on this. Because keep in mind, when Hurts first year fully starting, Hurts had A.J. Brown. Keep that in mind, because Hurts was a full-time starter in 2022. In 2022, they traded for A.J. Brown, and we got to the Super Bowl that year. Keep in mind, the year in 2021, when he was just a fill-in because Carson Wentz couldn't throw all of a sudden, your receiver room was Devontae Smith, Jalen Reagor, Quez Watkins, Greg Ward Jr., John Hightower, and an aging and injured Alshon Jeffrey. I want y'all to tell me who was the number one receiver out of that group. I mean, the answer is Devontae Smith, because Jeffries was out for the majority of that year. Outside of Devontae Smith, who was they throwing to? If you are a quarterback in the NFL, who you gonna throw to? I know you ain't gonna mention anybody on that list. Don't worry, I'll wait.
Yeah, their
I ain't
receivers
even
was
waiting
cheeks.
for it. You said who?
Their receivers was cheeks.
Exactly. So again, we're sitting here judging the man Hurt, saying, "Oh well, he's had great teams around him." I'm sorry. Blame y'all GMs for being dog crap. That's not my problem. That's not my fault. The Titans didn't want AJ. We said, we'll take him. New York didn't want to pay Saquon. We said, we'll take him. There was 8 other teams that passed on Jalen Carter, and we said, we'll take him. Dallas had an opportunity to get Quinyon Mitchell and didn't. Philly said, we'll take him. Cooper DeJean, same thing. He said, we'll take him. It's not our fault that Hurts has been surrounded with a great team. People didn't want their players. That's not my fault. But since we on quarterbacks, it does bring it into a little segue I got up here. So the fellas we've all talked about quarterbacks and how good they could be. I'm gonna put y'all on the spot right now. And I'm gonna start it off. But I want y'all to list the top 10 quarterbacks heading into the 2026 season. So I'm gonna start it off, and Mike, clutch your pearls, because I know you about to fall out. In order. So keep that in mind. This is in order. Anytime y'all want me to defend it, let me know when. All right. So number 1 on the list, without a question, Patrick Mahomes. Without question, there's no argument there. Shouldn't be. Number 2 on the list, Matthew Stafford. Again, should not ever be questioned on this list. 3 to 10 is where I expect everybody to debate me on. Number 3, Jalen Hurts. Number 4, Josh Allen. Number 5, Lamar Jackson. Number 6, Dak Prescott.
Wait. I got multiple defend that. You got Jalen Hurts as the 3rd best quarterback going into next season based upon this previous season?
3rd best. Argue with your mama.
Oh shit, my mama ain't here. You here. And you don't know what the hell you talking about.
All right,
3rd
so
best?
let's go through it. Let's go through
that.
it.
Tell
Let
me
him
more
finish his 10.
about how he's
Let
the
him finish his
3rd best.
10 first.
He ain't got the MVP.
I
He
got
ain't
you.
putting up the stats. He's losing A.J. Brown according to you, and you tell me he's the 3rd
I
best?
got you. Hold on. Check me out real quick. So since starting in 2022, he's been to 2 Super Bowls, correct?
Okay.
He won one of them, correct?
He did.
And if it wasn't for the defense selling on the first Super Bowl in 2022, he would have 2 Super Bowls, correct?
Nope, because they didn't win this.
38 points. The man scored 35. Sorry,
did
35.
He win?
The defense sold, like I said.
Oh, okay. But
so that wasn't a Jalen Hurts stat.
So we do on hypotheticals because you hypothetically give him 3rd best quarterback. Okay, let me just clarify. You saying that Jalen Hurts is better than Lamar Jackson?
Absolutely.
It's better than Josh Allen.
Absolutely.
It's better than Joe Burrow.
He's beat them all last
You
year.
don't apparently you don't watch football. Okay, I
He
just
beat
wanted to
them
make
all.
sure. I just wanted to make sure that you don't watch football.
So
You might as
so
well just
again,
start.
again,
You might as well start
so
rooting
in
for
order to be the
gymnastics
best,
with this. This is a
in
ridiculous
order to
take.
be the best, you have to beat the best, right? Right?
Yeah, he
Right?
beat him in the regular
Oh,
season, so that makes
he
him the
beat them.
third best
He
quarterback.
also beat
Didn't he
them
also beat?
when it
Time out, but he
mattered.
also beat Mahomes, but you didn't put him above Mahomes. He also beat Stafford, but you didn't put him above Stafford. So that's
I
not the
didn't
real
put him
reason.
above Stafford because Stafford also has a ring, and Stafford has an MVP, and Stafford
Lamar Jackson has two MVPs,
has
and Josh Allen has one MVP.
consistently been in positions to win games and has won them.
I
Stafford
want to
had
hear
to
the
face
rest of
off
this
against
top
that
10.
massive Seattle defense.
It's
And
all
if it
crazy.
wasn't for the Rams
He ain't even
defense,
better.
Zella,
I'm gonna tell you the truth. I'm gonna tell you the truth. Jalen Hurts ain't even better than Brock Purdy. Now
and
argue
he
with
was
your
wilding.
mama.
He beat Brock Purdy. Brock Purdy got his lick back. Cool. That's because our offense coordinators out here looking at Madden call sheets. He's looking at JV call sheets and calling plays from there. He's calling AAU football plays and calling them, and you want to pin that on Hurts.
Jalen Hurts
AJ
is
Brown's hands is literally for decoration.
Jalen
He
Hurts
was
is
just
the
like,
Pop Warner
I'll
quarterback
half-ass
playing
it.
in the NFL. Jalen Hurts ain't even better than Kyler Murray.
Okay, now you're wilding. Now you're
Jalen
wilding.
Hurts
You're
ain't
about to
better
get
than
that Crash
Jordan
King
Love.
title because
Can
you're
we
wilding
finish
at
this
this point.
top 10?
It's
Yeah,
already
yeah.
been
Let's finish the
validated.
top 10.
It's so
We
ridiculous.
starting up number 7, right?
Oh my
So let me
goodness.
redo the list. I got to start from 5. So 5 is Jackson, 6 is Dak, 7 is Burrow, 8 is Purdy, 9 is Bo Nix, and 10 is Jordan Love.
Okay. So Drake May don't get no love on that top 10?
I cannot. So I would have put him number 9 above. I would have took Nix out and put Love at 9 and May at 10. But that playoff performance was like his whole playoff career this year was so bad. And it wasn't like there's a difference between you playing bad and play calling being bad. Like Drake May played terrible, terrible football.
I mean, playoffs aside, the man was second in MVP vote, and you got
The
people
man,
that
he also had a very easy schedule. So let's pump the brakes on he had an MVP level because he also had an easy schedule.
I'm not saying, I'm saying he was second in MVP voted. So I mean, he had a good. I mean, the playoffs is a different. It's his first play. He was essentially. I mean, he's not a rookie, but a second year player in the playoffs. Like, what was really the expectation of him in the
Like
playoffs?
my thing is, if you have one bad game, right? Here's my whole thing, and I'm not judging harshly. And keep in mind, I don't have a foot in the door. I've never played professional football before. But here's my whole take on it. If you have one bad game, we could put that on. Hey, you know what? Playoff jitters, because it was his first playoff game. We could put that on him. Even the second one, because you played essentially the number 2, it was the number 1 overall defense in the Houston Texans. So we can say, hey, you know what? You played the Texans. We give it to you. Then followed it up with the number 2 defense, the Denver Broncos. So you know what? We can let you live on that. Let you live on that. But you then go in the Super Bowl on neutral ground and deliver that performance to the Seahawks. I'm sorry, bro.
Seahawks defense was good. All right, but going in the next season, I am going to give my top 10. There's gonna be some scrutiny, but I would give Lamar 1, and this is based off Pat being hurt because Pat might not play next year.
Okay.
Lamar 1, Joe Burrow 2. Um, this is gonna be kind of controversial. I'm gonna say Trevor Lawrence 3. Um, just off of just talent. Well, I'm gonna give Stafford 4. Based off just talent alone, I'm gonna give Justin Herbert 5. I'm gonna give Jaden Daniels 6 because I expect him to bounce back from that injury. 7, I'm gonna go Bo Nix. 8, I'm gonna go Jared Goff. 9. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go Bryce Young. At 10, I'm going to go Drake May.
Hey, and Mike, you said, no, Mike, nah, then you quiet still. Nah, Mike, Mike. Mike, we not gonna do this because you interrupted me during my top 10. But you gonna let Theo go for break, huh? You just let him go for broke, huh?
Listen, I have no words. It was so bad that I couldn't even muster the words. I was
So
trying to
bad.
swallow my vomit. It was bad.
Now, he
I was
did say,
upchucking the
he
whole
did
time. You
say,
ain't see me upchuck?
listen, he did say that he took Mahomes off due to injury. So it is kind of respectable that he took him off. And you already know, because you for Josh Allen, you grilled that man.
Oh, dang, I forgot about Josh Allen. Josh Allen, he'd
Right,
be in my top five.
right.
My
You didn't
fault.
put
That's my
Josh Allen
fault.
on the list.
That was my fault.
Disrespectful.
He would be. I would. Matter of fact, let's
And you
go.
put
Josh Allen
Trevor
one,
Lawrence
Lamar
number
two.
3. I don't even think you can talk football
He would
anymore.
be
We might
four.
just end the whole
What?
podcast.
Trevor Lawrence. He was balling this year, and with a
Number
new
3? Do you know how many picks Trevor Lawrence threw?
he, but Sam Darnold won a Super Bowl throwing a whole lot of picks. I mean,
Facts, facts, facts.
so Trevor Lawrence, like when it's like Trevor Lawrence had a good season, and we said projected going into next season. Travis Hunter comes back healthy next year. All right, knock him down. He's he gets 3 to about 7. And I forgot Josh Allen. So because I forgot Josh Allen, you can knock Trevor down a couple of spots. But I do believe if we just projecting top 10 quarterbacks, he'll be a top 10 quarterback next year. So give
All right, so run me your list one more time so I can make sure I got this
all right.
correct.
Let me because I gotta forgot. So let's go Josh first because I feel like he'll have a better season than Lamar because Lamar coming off an injury too. But Josh, Lamar, Burrow, Stafford. Let's go. I'm gonna go Bo Nix 5. I'm gonna go Trevor 6. I'm gonna go Jordan Love 7. Jared Goff 8. Bryce
Hold on,
Young
hold on, hold
9.
on, hold on. Said Love 7, Golf 8. All right.
Bryce Young 9. Jaden Daniels 10.
All right.
All right. Um, Going into next season, I'm gonna put Patrick Mahomes number 1. Um,
But he's not gonna even play next year.
he might not, right? Um, but I find him better than all the other quarterbacks that you mentioned. Um, Number 2, I'm gonna go Stafford. I think that's a good take. Just coming off of an MVP season, I think he's definitely got enough credibility to be number 2. Um, Number 3 there, I'm gonna go Josh Allen number 3. Um, I don't think that Josh Allen is an elite quarterback, but I do think he's a great quarterback. And you guys have heard me say that multiple times. Um, I think he's an elite talent. I don't think he's an elite player. And those are two different things, right? So, Josh Allen number 3 there. Number 4, I'm gonna go with Lamar Jackson, 2-time MVP. I think that's just kind of an obvious push there, right? Um, number 5, I'm gonna go Drake May, coming off of a performance where his team was one game away from winning it all, and the game that they lost is the Super Bowl. I got to put a little bit more respect on his name. And also, he really stepped his game up. He had a big transformation from year 2 to year 3. Um, I did think that he was going to lose the Super Bowl just like he did.
Was year one
Um,
and two.
but I think that he should be number 5. Number 6 there, I could put Burrow number 6. I'm okay with Burrow number 6. I think that Burrow again is the same, similar to me to Josh Allen, where he's an elite talent. I don't know that he's an elite player. Um, Next, I'm going to say Dak Prescott. And this is from somebody that's not a Cowboys fan, but I do respect Dak's game. And re-signing George Pickens, as long as they put something on the defense, like something on the defense, because I don't know who was playing defense this past year. I don't know who it was. It might have been the cheerleaders or something because it was terrible.
Me and
But
Jordan was out there playing defense.
you might as well have been. All right. I mean, you would have had the same results.
It's cool because the Cowboys gonna cowboy. We all know that.
Oh, we know
That's
that.
that.
We know that now, right? I didn't say they was going to win it all. I'm not a delusional Cowboys fan. I'm not even a Cowboys fan at all. But I do think Dak Prescott needs to have some respect on his name. I'm going to say Justin Herbert after that. I think what I'm on number 8.
Yeah, you're number 9.
I'll put
You
Jalen
had Herbert
number
8.
9. Um, because I do think he still has a lot of talent around him. And then number 10, I'm going to go Jared Goff. I think Jared Goff is highly underrated.
Is
And
Hurts really a top 10 quarterback? Like
I think he
he
is. I
he
don't
puts
think
up
he's a top
subpar
3
numbers in the
quarterback.
regular season, and then like because he like if the, if you put him with other weapons, I don't believe he like if you put him in Cincinnati, he gonna be trash. Like
Nah,
if you
No,
switch
Cincinnati
he's
him,
has
not.
all the weapons. I
No,
can't.
he's not. Because, and hold on real quick before I get to this. Mike, you got Hurts 9
Hurts 9,
and then
and
Golf 10.
then you know what's funny though? Hurts 9 is kind of controversial because I probably want to put Baker Mayfield over him, to be honest.
How? We're talking about a Super Bowl MVP.
I got you. That did not happen last season though. He did not look
That's
Super
fine.
Bowl caliber in any capacity last season, and you said going into this season. So I'm gonna respect him because again of the Super Bowl MVP, right? Um, and also because
But
his team is loaded, so I think he's going to be in a position to make some noise. But I
the,
don't. And then honestly, if you really look at it, I would probably put. I'm gonna be 100%. I'd put Brock Purdy over him. I didn't, but I probably would put Brock Purdy over him. I would put Jordan Love over him. I didn't, but I probably would put Jordan Love over him. I would put probably one more person I would put over him. CJ Stroud comes to mind, but CJ Stroud likes to play overrated at the wrong times. Um, but
the hypocrisy is real right now. Like, I don't get it.
but I didn't put
Like,
him there. I put him at number 9.
but still,
Um,
the hypocrisy is real. We talk about all these quarterbacks that are supposedly better than Hurts, but yet have not elevated their team or at least played well enough to get them to a Super Bowl. Like, let's be fair out here. Let's be completely fair. It's just like in 2010, where people were saying, "Oh, well, uh, Eli, no, not Eli. Eli is a terrible example. Uh,
Eli's an accurate
terrible
example.
example.
Good job. Good reference. Because that's exactly how he looked like
No,
playing. Like
no,
Eli
because
flipping Manning.
Hurts didn't get carried in 2022. Let's be perfectly fair. Hurts got essentially robbed of that MVP title in 2022 because he got injured. Any of these other quarterbacks that you got above Hurts, outside of Matt Stafford, Aaron Rodgers, and Patrick Mahomes has never seen a Super Bowl and had plenty of opportunity to do it.
Well, Joe
Josh
Burrow went
Allen
to the
had an
Super Bowl.
opportunity
Joe
to get
Burrow
to a
went to the
Super
Super
Bowl.
Bowl and lost, so
I
that's
was about
not
to
true.
say Joe Burrow definitely went to a Super Bowl.
Again, Joe Burrow went, but Joe Burrow
Drake May
didn't
also
win.
went to the Super Bowl.
Who?
But Jalen Hurts
But
only
didn't
he
win.
won
And
his
then Sam
last one. He
Darnold
didn't
just
win.
won one, but we didn't put him in our top 10.
We're not putting Sam Darnold on top 10 yet. But if he has an MVP level season, then we can talk about him being top 10. But again, Josh Allen, everybody's favorite quarterback,
He ain't my favorite
had an
player.
opportunity to make the Super Bowl. Was he in the Super Bowl this year? Absolutely not.
He should have been.
Lamar Jackson had the opportunity to be in the
You
Super
know who
Bowl.
else did?
Was he in the Super
Was
Bowl?
Jalen Hurts in the Super Bowl? He also had a
But
chance to
he
be in the
was
Super
coming
Bowl.
off
He
a
was
Super
not
Bowl
in the
win.
Super Bowl this year.
He was coming off a Super Bowl win. Thank you so
Right,
very
but did
much.
he go to the Super Bowl
Keep in
this year?
mind, they had to hang the banner down. So again, while we talk about all these people have elite talent and stuff like that, still don't have a Super Bowl win. The Ravens, like we've mentioned time and time again, the Lamar Jackson had essentially the best roster created on paper. And what happened to them?
It
Patrick
was the
Mahomes,
same. It was the same as that Eagles dream team. It didn't work.
It is what it is. It
Patrick
is what it is.
Mahomes always gonna find a way to have everybody numbered for the most part. Like
No,
losing the Pat in the playoffs is not. It's not something you go hang your head out like Pat. He got
first of all,
Josh number. He got Lamar number. If a healthy Pat, I'm putting a healthy Pat against anybody because he gonna find a way to win. Like even the Super Bowls Pat lost, he played out of his mind like that Tampa Bay. Like this dude was like running out of bounds, like pirouetting and throwing, like hitting Tyreek in the hand. Like as far as talent goes, there's not a better quarterback than Pat. But we just talking about the best availability is I mean best ability is availability. I don't believe he's going to be available in the next season. And Hurts done had his share of injury, and Lamar a lot of like that's why LeBron probably not. I wouldn't put him in the top because he ain't been available. Lamar gonna find a way to get nicked and not be available for about 3-4 games every year. I need him to
that's why
stay
I got
healthy.
him at number 5. Because at the end of the day, this is what I'm saying. Like, if we're realistically talking, like, the only reason why I take a little bit off of Josh Allen is because Patrick Mahomes does have Josh Allen's number. Let's be fair. Like, Josh Allen did everything he could to beat Patrick Mahomes, and he still couldn't beat Patrick Mahomes. He had to go cry to the league in order to get, some help in order to try to beat Patrick Mahomes. So we're gonna get rid of that. Lamar Jackson had an actual shot to beat to beat Patrick Mahomes, but Lamar Jackson couldn't get out of his head that he should be doing the same thing he was doing in the regular season. No, him as well as the offensive team decided they wanted to outpass Patrick Mahomes and ended up losing because of it.
He got a little RG3 in him, where he don't want to always embrace his superpower. Because Lamar's superpower is he is the best dual threat quarterback to ever play in the NFL, in my personal opinion.
And to that point, that is Jalen Hurts' same thing. Like they're 1-2. And honestly, I would give the edge to Lamar Jackson all day, every day. But the fact of the matter remains that when the team asked of either of the quarterbacks to be great, Jalen Hurts stepped up. I'm sorry, in that Rams game. If it wasn't for at least the assistance of Jalen Hurts, do they win that game? Absolutely not. Keep in mind, he ran a touchdown in and passed for a few more. So
He
let's
uses
let's
legs pretty efficiently. Where I don't really I like Jalen Hurts as a player, but I feel like the knock on him is he's not consistent in the passing game like he needs to be.
but part of that issue is going to be number one, AJ Brown being a complete diva wanting the football. Look at it like this. Hold on one
You got to
second.
get that man the football. Like, there's no reason that he shouldn't get AJ Brown the football. It should
We
be
had
like
three we had 3 losses back to back. 3 of them when AJ Brown had 100 yards receiving. 3 losses back to back
that's
to back. Look at it.
that's on the team. Like, I don't care what happens and what may. You got to get your best players the rock. I mean, Smitty and then AJ Brown should get 7 to 10 targets a game between the two. Like, bro, ain't no
You
you
are
got to feel.
absolutely correct. You are absolutely correct. But like I said, that falls on play calling because last year there was no problem with that. The year before, that was no problem. Like if you look at both those years, all of a sudden Hurts didn't have no problems passing to them those 2 years. So what was the issue then?
I don't know, but I just if you it's like I mean it's that to like, but you got to get them boys the ball. Like even if it's on like jet sweeps and like stuff like that, you got to find a way to get them boys the ball. And I feel like was Philly downfall last year, even in the playoffs. Like, well, AJ was a little bit, he dropped a few plays that should have been give me in this year's playoffs. But like last year, they before they got to the playoffs, they was having the same issues where they wasn't getting AJ the ball, and you got to get that man the ball. I mean, just like the during Chiefs got Tyreek and Kelsey the ball, like you got to get your shooter shots.
Hey, I get it. Like I said, well, to the comment section we go. Y'all heard the list. Let me know who's wilding and who got the more accurate list. If you need to revisit it, go ahead and hit that rewind button. You can find out who selected who. We're gonna go ahead and move on. We got topic number 2, and this is Mike's favorite topic: Aaron Rodgers' future. Should he retire or just play one more season? One more. You need to have one more season. We got one more season there. One more season. So, of course, Aaron Rodgers is coming back from injury, uh, with that comeback and the constant speculation on whether or not he's going to go or come back. The big question just remains on whether or not he can be the guy to win the team to the Super Bowl or just keep them relevant, to be fair. So, overall, we're going to discuss that and then just discuss the general question at all, in which the last topic kind of helps segue into this one. Who would you rather start a franchise with? Of course, top 3 picks are Pat Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, and Josh Allen. So again, who would you start a franchise with right now? And do you think Aaron Rodgers can lead a team to a Super Bowl?
Not no more. Unless they put like uber talent around him. He got to have like an elite running back, like maybe two at least above average receivers, and a tight end, like maybe like a Dallas Goddard level. Like if he don't got that, then they gonna Pittsburgh. Like one thing about Pittsburgh, they in that purgatory, that that just good enough purgatory where I'm not gonna get a good enough pick to actually do something about it. So like they don't got no
Wait.
real.
Don't put that on us, Ricky Bobby. Not this season. This season, we don't have no more Mike Tomlin, so that is no longer the case. We are going 4
McCarthy
and
is similar.
4-13 this year.
Y'all going for a third? That's your squad. You don't think y'all gonna be nice? Like, bro, I feel like McCarthy gonna be.
Absolutely not. We about to be big trash this year. We're gonna be like the Panthers with. I mean, sorry, we're gonna be like the Eagles with Kevin Kolb. That's how bad we're gonna be.
Oh, shit. Well, I'm glad that you think y'all gonna be bad enough to have a top pick.
Hold
I
on.
don't think
Eagles with
y'all gonna
Kevin
be that
Cobb
bad.
still got 6 wins. Don't do
I
us
don't
like
think
that.
y'all
We
gonna be
got
that
6
bad.
wins.
Y'all still got DK. Y'all still got that defense. Now, Mike McCarthy won 13 games in Dallas. I know that last year they was trash, but he at least won. He has more winning seasons in the last 5 years than a lot of head coaches out here. So I feel like y'all could still be like 8-9, 9-8.
Well, we tried to tell your boy Mike that Mike McCarthy he don't mess around, get them 10, 11 wins.
Because
He don't like
I
to
mean,
listen.
I like Shador, but I don't
We
know
got a
what the
top 5
Browns is
pick
going.
coming up.
I think y'all split with the Browns next year. I think y'all always find a way to beat the Ravens. Cincinnati defense ain't gonna get no better. They looking to shop trade Hendrickson. Y'all are, y'all are finished second in y'all division. I got y'all win 7 to 9 games. Y'all gonna pick in the team somewhere.
They're gonna get, I'll be fair. They're gonna have at least 9, 10 wins. I feel like 9 and 10 wins is fair. 11, there's no way they're
Nah, I
getting
don't see
11
that.
wins.
Nah, I don't see that either.
I don't see 11 wins. I don't. That's why I don't know why Jordan made that bet, but it is what it is. We here now. But like I said, I see them getting 9, 10 wins. Because again, you play the Browns twice. And the Browns outside of Myles Garrett is not about to do anything. Like,
Nah, I
keep in
don't
mind,
agree with that. That they drafted really well last year. If they can have another draft like they had last year, this year, they'll be respectable. I say they'll win 6 games versus the 4 they won last year.
Like my line number, I got 5 on it. And
Really?
like I said, it could be the Cleveland Browns, the Pittsburgh Yellows, or the Detroit Blues. Is gonna be Cleveland for 5. Don't matter what it is, Cleveland for
Yeah,
5. So
but they'll be better. They'll be better next year. They had a really good draft this year. Like I like the linebacker. I forgot his name right now.
Wearing
Yeah, the defensive rookie of the year. I like him. I like Junkins. Dylan Sampson. Did he get? Didn't he like tear his ACL or something like that?
he ain't did
I
nothing.
think so.
Like
I
they
think
got a
so.
good. Now I don't know who they're gonna start at quarterback. I mean, I think they might just start Deshaun. However, let's get back to the topic at hand. Aaron Rodgers. I don't feel like I think he can come back is because him and Mike got familiarity and they can do some. They'll be all right. They'll be middle of the pack. But I don't feel like he unless they find like a George Pickens to go with DK and like I said, like a tight end.
Pickens.
Who?
They had George Pickens. They traded him off to Dallas.
He was a head case there. They need some. I'm not saying I understand like, but they need somebody. They got to replace that talent. I know they need somebody. I feel like they could use like a Jordan Tyson or Carnell Tate. I don't know if they're gonna fall to them next year, but they could use a young receiver. Pittsburgh got to get younger because they old as Methuselah. Like I mean,
True.
these niggas was playing when Moses was parting the Red Sea.
That's true. Which is why we went and going 3-14 this year.
Bro, y'all not going 3-14. I got 50 push-ups. I got 100 push-ups on demand on that one. I'm just tired of you and your slander at this point. 100
I need y'all
push-ups,
to
y'all don't go
understand that we
for.
get
Y'all don't
first
go.
overall
Y'all
pick,
winning at least
and
4
we sitting
games.
Archman in first overall pick for the Steelers. You're right. You got it.
100
Archman,
on demand. Y'all not winning. Y'all winning more than 5 games this year. Y'all at least winning 7 games this year.
Bro, we went in we got 2 in the P like you were playing in spades. We got 2 in the
Spade.
P.
Bruh, not 2 in a P. Oh my god. 2 in a P?
Yeah, right.
Bruh.
Bruh, all I'm trying to
I
hear is
don't know if
bet
we can
because
beat
I got 100 on the band that says that don't happen. Like
Tanking
I
for
said,
Arch. Not tanking for Arch. I'm weak.
yeah, we well, we got to figure out a word for it. We asked for Arch, I don't know. But I don't know.
Well, I like
so
your draft optimism, but dang, like Pittsburgh ain't never been cheeks like that, bro.
Nah, we cheeks, bro. Double
bro, you
cheeks.
gotta understand,
We
you got
triple cheeks. We
Arizona
Magic
that's
City
gonna
cheeks,
end up
bro.
being cheeks. You got the Cleveland Browns that's gonna be cheeks. Tennessee got a case to be number 1. New York,
Nah, bro.
well, nah, New York might be legit
Now
this
the
year.
Jets is gonna be the
Now,
Jets.
now,
Jets are
now the Jets
Jets
will
are the
more than likely
Jets.
actually be getting Arch Manning. That's probably true.
Right.
Um,
The
that's
Giants might
probably
be
very.
respectable, but the Jets is gonna be garbage.
The
So I think
Steelers are
Aaron
also.
Rodgers could
The
be,
Steelers might not be garbage. They'll be trash. They'll be basuda.
yeah, like I said, 6 to 9, 7 to 9 wins. I got
Zero
the
to
Steelers.
3 wins. Yeah, you're right.
Like I said, I ain't trying to discuss this no more with Mike. Let's get to the other
Yeah.
question of the day.
Next.
This will be a little bit better. We ain't talking no more Steelers with Mike because he's not trying to get swole. So we're gonna leave him alone
Tell
for
y'all
right
the
now.
truth, bro.
Who would you start a franchise with right now? And not just limited to those 3. So it doesn't have to be limited to the big 3 of
Any
Mahomes,
quarterback we
Allen,
starting
or
a franchise with right now?
yes.
All right, I'm gonna lead off with that. I would go Drake May because he's young and he's talented, and I think he's got crazy upside. My number 2 there, starting a franchise with, I'll probably go Justin Herbert. Um, I think Justin Herbert's crazy talented. I just don't think he has a clutch gene. He likes to shy away when it matters. He turns into James Harden. So, but Josh Allen already is the James Harden of the NFL. So I can't also have Justin Herbert be the James Harden. So I got to figure out a different one for Justin Herbert. More like I don't know, Dame Lillard. I don't know, something like that. Oh,
Man.
Jordan joining us?
Yeah, he is. He late, but he here.
That's
Nah,
wild.
nah, nah, nah. I heard a whole lot of talking on the way home.
Oh, did you?
Yeah,
You
I got
hear?
First
Did
off,
you hear that Bama's trash? Oh my bad. I didn't know if you heard
no, I heard
that.
Joe
we didn't
Burrow
talk about Bama.
was third in a quarterback. Where is that coming from? Oh, by the way, Frat, nice to meet you.
He came in immediately.
Nice to meet
bro,
you.
what?
That's your boy. That's your boy down there. I got nothing to do with
Nice
that.
to meet you.
Nice to meet you too, man.
All right.
But I got a couple of questions to ask y'all. Were y'all drug tested before y'all had these quarterback ratings? I'm sorry. I had a long day. I just did CPR training. Thank goodness they let us out early. But I wondered, were y'all drug tested? Because Josh Allen,
my ratings were spot on.
Over number 5.
Spot on.
Josh Allen anywhere over number 5 is blasphemy because he hasn't won a ring and he's turnover prone.
Here's my thing. Here's my thing. I feel like Theo was right on excluding Mahomes because of injury. So I feel like the list, sans Mahomes, is a bit debatable. It is a bit controversial. But he has a point. Can't put Mahomes out there if he's going to be injured for most of the year. So I feel like that's legit. Outside of that, I feel like me and Mike are somewhere near like what majority of people would say anyways. But if you feel different, Jordan, I think we got a few minutes to give you the floor,
list, brother,
and break the list out.
All right. So I was thinking of a list on the way here, and I have to include quarterbacks that actually won Super Bowl rings first.
I thought you put Brady Quinn number 1. Oh, my bad. Go ahead.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. So my first 5, obviously, is going to be Mahomes number 1, Matt Stafford number 2, Jalen Hurts number 3. That's because it's rings. Rings and number 1.
Didn't you just come up here fussing about him putting Jalen Hurts number 3?
Got a
and then you
ring,
did the same thing.
Okay, then Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, Joe Burrow.
Where's Sam Darnold if we going with rings? Like, come on,
right?
Bro, rings and everything.
Sam Darnold still hasn't done enough for me to consider him a top quarterback.
Neither has Jalen Hurts.
Jalen has
nobody,
Jalen Hurts has been to 2 Super Bowls. Sam Darnold got there off Seattle's defensive backs.
Like, let's. Is it Jalen carrying the Eagles to the Super Bowl, or is it the Eagles team because they draft well? They got great talent around him.
It definitely
2022.
Last year, it definitely wasn't Jalen Hurts. Now, in that Super Bowl when they lost against the Chiefs, it was 100% Jalen Hurts for that game. That was the best game of his career.
For that game, though, but if you look at that season in a totality, did Jalen Hurts, was he the catalyst that got them there?
Nope.
Yes.
Nope.
Yes.
Okay. In that case,
no.
So no.
37 on the Niners. I'm sorry. That means you had to be in somewhere productive. Again, we didn't have Saquon. We didn't have Saquon in 2022. We had Miles Sanders.
Bruh, I understand.
So
like,
in
he
that
played for
case,
the Panthers. Like, if the Niners quarterbacks don't freaking just get injured in that game, do you think y'all win that game? And I like y'all Eagles team because Hassan Reddick, former Panther, was on that team. So I watched y'all very closely. I think if the Niners quarterbacks stay healthy, y'all lose that game.
It's closer, but we win that game.
So just because you guys said rings, I'm going to make a slight edit on my list.
Yeah, Jalen Hurts should not be number 3. Continue.
No, Jalen Hurts is still going to be number 3. I don't know what you're talking about. But Sam Darnold will be number 4 because he has a Super Bowl ring. Congratulations on making it to the club.
Oh, my goodness. The worst list I've ever heard in my life.
Number 5 will be.
You complaining and put Sam Darnold number 4 on the list.
Number 5 will be Lamar Jackson.
We about to not let you talk football no more.
Number 6 will be Josh Allen.
And baseball and gymnastics.
Number 7
you should talk
Trevor Lawrence.
Crazy.
At least I had Trevor.
No, number 7 is Joe Burrow. Sorry, number 7 is Joe Burrow. Number 8 is Trevor Lawrence. Number 9 is Jordan Love, and number 10 is Caleb Williams. Bryce Young just missed the cut.
Yeah, none of us mentioned
Caleb Williams. 11.
Both on that.
Yeah, Caleb Williams ball this year, yo. I don't mind Caleb being in the top 10.
Yeah.
I don't mind Caleb being top 10. I don't mind it. I don't mind Young being in top 10. I don't mind Jaden Daniels being top 10.
You know who I do mind? Jalen Hurts at number 3. That's the issue.
You know who I mind? I mind Justin Herbert even being mentioned in this top 10.
Justin Herbert's not mentioned anywhere in this top 10.
No. Mike got him number 8.
I do. over
That's
Jalen Hurts.
Crazy. You see the last games that he's been on the road and how he's got it blown out every single time.
I thought that was the Harbaugh effect. According to you,
It doesn't matter if Harbaugh, Herbert, they all have the last name starting with H. It don't matter. They sorry still. Every single time the Chargers go in the playoffs, they're on the road. You notice they start the season well, and then for some reason they fall off, but they get that 5 spot or that 6 spot. And what winds up happening? They got to go on the road and play whoever's playing, whether it's a 3 seed or a 4 seed.
They remind me of LSU. I'll concede that.
It doesn't matter if
strong and then finish terrible. You're right.
It doesn't matter if they have a better record than their opponent who's in the home. They're still going to lose, and they get blown out every single time. Against the Texans, they got blown out. Against the Patriots, they could barely score 3 points. I would have been surprised if they
don't get blown out every time.
Off of a pick 2. They I don't know what it is.
They went to overtime with Jacksonville.
They went to overtime the year before?
Nah, it was a couple of years ago when they played Jacksonville, and Jacksonville came back from whatever. Like they was
that
like 27 down.
Yeah, that shouldn't happen.
No, I remember. True story. I remember doing Lyft at that time, and I was watching the game while I was listening to it, and I was telling the pastor they were like 27-3. I said, Chargers still gonna lose this game. I don't trust them. Lo and behold, freaking was it 33-30 Jaguars?
Yeah, they should have. Chargers should have won that game.
And Justin Herbert was man in that field. Like I don't know what it is. I don't know how he gets so anemic when it comes to playoff time. I don't know what his problem is. But every single time they see adversity, they just fold. They fold like a cheap tent.
Now that we got your top 10, who you starting your franchise with as a quarterback?
From this 10?
Well, it don't matter.
In general.
You don't have to
put Fernando Mendoza
in general?
Yeah.
Now you got me looking at a couple of options based off of how I want to go. I want to need somebody that's not going to be turnover prone.
Are you not about to pick Ty Simpson?
No, I'm looking at this top 10. I'm looking at this top 10 list, and damn, I'm going to be biased. I'm going to say I'm starting with Jalen Hurts.
Of course, you
Jalen.
Yes. No, I'm telling you. I'm going to tell you why. I have to defend that, right? This is Squad Sportcast. I have to defend that, sir.
Yes, you do.
So Jalen Hurts, in my opinion, is not turnover prone. There are some cases where there are 50-50 balls and it gets intercepted, and there's sometimes where the offensive line does not protect him well, and it's a strip sack. Now, what I will say is, because I heard this on the way home.
Offensive line, and the offensive line don't protect him. What are y'all talking?
I'm an Eagles fan. Go Birds. I was listening to you on the way home, and I was losing my mind because I was about to crash out in the chat. If you look at the comments, I was crashing out in the chat. The only reason the Eagles had problems this year was because of their offensive line, and that's why Stout had to retire, because they were messed up from like week 1. If you don't have a good line, you're not going to do well. I don't care how good your quarterback is. I don't care how good your receivers are. I don't care how good your running back is. They couldn't do anything with Barkley because the
top 5 line, bro. You can't give them that.
They always have a top 5 line all the time.
We didn't have one this year.
No, we did not.
I
paid close attention to Saquon's numbers. No, we did not. And it kept on being a one-trick pony every single time. Run, pass. Run, pass. Almost like puff, pass. Like a session going on every single week.
Is that on the line or is that on the OC?
And all the Eagles fans were high on no pun intended, or high on the hopes of the playoffs. As soon as I saw that, it was like week 1 or 2, I'm like, okay, we could potentially win the Super Bowl, but if we don't, I'm not surprised. That's why in the chat we were having.
Y'all missed Kellen Moore this year.
I was not worried one bit. If we lost, I knew exactly why. Lo and behold, we lost.
Because Kellen Moore wasn't calling plays no more. Like, Kellen Moore is the reason y'all won the Super Bowl. And that offense, it was pretty much the same line. Only thing y'all lost was Kelsey. Like,
I just think that with a healthy line, and they need to start focusing on the intangible positions like the left tackle. They need to get their guards straightened out.
Y'all got Jordan Mailata for a left tackle. He's a Pro Bowler.
I thought their left tackle was having some issues.
And
I
then
just
y'all
felt,
got Lane Johnson at the right tackle.
and then Landon Dickerson was injured for quite some time too.
That's
And then,
true.
and Lane Johnson was trying to come back, but he had that Liz Frank injury, which I said in a couple of earlier episodes. That Liz Frank injury is not something that you could just come back from. That's going to take
It's not because
months.
Cam had that Liz Frank the year
Oh,
before they
Jurgens,
shipped him.
yeah. But and the thing is, that's going to take at least a couple of months to a year to fully recover. You you do anything else, you gambling on yourself. And based off of how bets been going sports wise, I don't suggest anybody bet because they gambling out there. But anyway, it was the Eagles' offensive line
So
that was
you
causing
don't
the
agree
problems.
that they gotta do a better? They should have did a better job of getting AJ the ball throughout the year.
Yes and no. I think with AJ, I think he was often the cause of his own downfall for crying for the ball a lot rather than going with what the team was working with. When
He's
you
your
work with
number
what
one receiver. Why would
I
you not
know,
give him the ball?
I know because I've heard all the people, I've heard all the sports pundits, I've heard all the professionals say that your stats will determine how you get paid, even from star receivers themselves. I've heard it, but you got to consider the type of team that you're on. The Eagles, the sum is what's it, the greatest sum? Sum is greater than its
Some of
parts.
the yeah.
That's the equal sigma, sum of the parts. But nonetheless, you have Saquon, you have a good offensive line, you have Devontae Smith, and you have AJ Brown. You have Dallas Goedert, who was a godsend this year. That Jalen Hurts Dallas Goedert combo was insane, and that's what Kevin Batula was trying to implement for most of it. But AJ Brown kept on crying every single time for the ball. I'm like, bro,
You
just
got
play
to get him the
along,
even if it's
block.
a screen like he was blocking. You got to give him a jet sweep, a screen, something. Get him a little slant. Like, bro, every 4 to 5 plays he should touch the ball, bro.
I mean, I understand, but Goddard was doing a lot of blocking. I guess I know flat routes, like it was like block, and then he was sneaking out a little bit outside the numbers, but he was getting the ball. He every single time he got the ball, it was at
You
least
know,
4 or 5 yards after the carry. He was
y'all
doing
not
well.
watching the games. AJ Brown was getting double teamed on a lot of plays. AJ Brown was getting double teamed. When they weren't running, they had two people on AJ Brown. And because the Eagles offense was run, pass, they knew to blitz twice and then they go in the zone coverage. Man, they got man coverage.
Right.
Like they knew what the plan was.
Look,
Like
as
And
teams
an
was
Eagles
doing
fan,
this.
you don't know that AJ Brown gonna get double teamed.
and
And
I need Nick, I need you to check this for me. What was the record for when AJ Brown this season when AJ Brown had 100 yards or more per game or each game? Because they force fed him
I'm
the
not
ball,
saying he should get 100 every game, but what I'm
but that's
saying
what
is
he was
you got
crying
to
for.
get him the ball.
He was
Like
crying for that though. That's the
60 to
thing.
75 yards. Like get that like I said, it's not and it don't just gotta be passes. Like jet, give him a jet sweep here, right here. Like it's other ways to get that man the ball than just like force feeding him in the passing game.
I know, but the problem was he was asking for the ball too much rather than just playing to the strength of the team. You have to play to the strength of your team. You can't be an individual in a football sport. In
Well,
basketball, you can. If you're that good one on one, it doesn't matter who's guarding you. You could get yours.
Well, he's
That's
going
why
to the
Luca
Patriots
always
anyway,
gets
so I
his
guess it
in
don't matter.
basketball. But
Well,
with
to
football, it's
answer
different.
to answer your question, Jordan, Philly was 2-3.
And
AJ
see,
Brown went over 100 yards in 5 regular season games.
did he go
Of
400
course,
over in that Chargers game?
no, yes, 100 exact.
Bruh, that game I was losing my mind because it was like they were forcing it, and the Chargers knew it, and they were hoping, they were praying that every single pass was going AJ Brown's way because they were going to double him, they were going to try to hit him and cause an interception, and then Eagles tried to be sweet and be smart, and then go against that grain, and I'm like, bruh, they already know what you're going to do.
I can
Do
understand that as a Panthers fan. I'm a reference back to 2014 when we had Kelvin Benjamin before he got the ACL injury. I feel like we force fed him too much his that year because a lot of times Philly Brown. and Ted Ginn would be open. And I felt like we should have got the ball to Ted Ginn and Philly Brown, and then worked Benji and Greg Olsen back into the game plan. But
Ooh, that
again,
Philly and was it Ted Ginn connection was lethal
yeah.
at that time.
Yes, it
Greg
was.
Olsen was always consistent. Who was
So
your back at that time? Was
y'all had
Stewart,
Stewie
Jonathan
Stewart,
back in?
Stewart,
Jonathan
yeah, Jonathan
Stewart.
Stewart,
Yeah.
yeah.
Y'all had a
But
good
I feel like
squad.
we should have worked our slot. Jericho Cotchery, we should have got Jericho, Philly Brown, and Ted Ginn the ball a little bit more to open up lanes for Benji and Greg Olsen a little more. So I can understand about forcing the ball to play as a Carolina, a longtime Carolina fan.
Was
However,
was KB a tight end at that time or a receiver?
nah, he was still a receiver. That was
He
his
should have been playing
soft.
tight end.
He running a 4.7, you know.
Yeah,
But he was too big to be a receiver at that time. Yes, he could get you over on a possession. Like he's a possession receiver. He could catch it. But he was better off as a tight end, in my opinion.
He wasn't even good as a tight end.
That's because he was overweight.
yeah.
He
Before his
wasn't
mother
conditioning himself
died,
well.
and before the 2015 season where he got healthy, but when he was hurt, I felt like he was a fringe tight end, and with him, Devin Funches, and well, no Funches, we didn't get Funches till 2015, but him and Greg Olson was a nice little one too. Now I feel like sometimes he didn't play strong enough. Like he cost us some games because Marcus Peters punched out a ball against KC that we should have won that game. But we definitely forced fed him a lot at times when we should have made sure that we got the ball out of the places. However, I do feel like like I think Philly got a really nice team, and I feel like they underachieved last year because they at in time crunch times when they needed to get Devontae or AJ the ball, like they just didn't. And I like Hurts, but I feel like he's more like a top 11, 12 quarterback than top 10.
What you got,
I
Nick?
got y'all. I got y'all. So in the 3 games that he lost in that 3-game skid, because those are the 3 losses that AJ Brown had the 100 yards. Hurts went 27 to 39 for 289, 1 touchdown, 0 interceptions. Had a 99 rating overall. The game against Chicago, keep in mind, Dallas came back and they won 24-21.
How many points did they give up?
24 in the second half.
That Dallas game pissed me off
They should have
so
won that Dallas
freaking
game.
bad. They were
24-21.
running the table.
But again, they won't run the ball in the second half. But I digress. So, Chicago game, they lost 24-15. Chicago got out to a huge start. We caught up a little bit. Ended up losing. Hurts goes 19 of 34 for 230, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception.
That's on Hurts. That's not on
he
AJ.
Had 84 rating. The game against the Chargers, which is literally days. Oh no, it won't days later. It was 10 days later. They lost 22-19 in overtime. He goes 21 of 40 for 240, 0 touchdowns, 4 interceptions.
5 turnovers.
5 turnovers.
That's on
31 rating.
The way I was screaming at my TV, I almost broke the.
Two interceptions were caused by AJ Brown, though. Keep that in mind.
This is exactly what I'm talking about. He kept on. He forces that pass too much. Play within the game. Play within what your team's strengths are, and then the ball will follow you. You don't force yourself to get the ball. That's what defenses want to happen. They want you to be greedy, and I kept on saying, even Callie, I could tell him I was not worried this year. Whether we won or lost, I was not worried because I knew what was going to do us in pause if it happened, if we lost. I knew. And lo and behold, we just were one-trick ponies on offense. And if a defense gets lucky enough, they'll get a pick. If an offense gets lucky enough, they'll get it off of a trick play or a gadget play, which happened twice against San Francisco.
So here's the other.
I feel like y'all didn't run the ball well either. Like y'all got it.
That is the important part. That is the important part, because in the 2 wins that AJ Brown went over 100 yards, Jalen Hurts goes 21 of 32, 226, and and 3 touchdowns, 117 QBR. Against Minnesota, he goes 19 of 23 for 326 and 3 touchdowns
That's
and
efficient. Yeah,
158
Every time we
rating.
play Minnesota is fried chicken.
yeah. See, you need Hurts to be efficient like that. 19 to 23. That's what you need out of him every game. And I understand trying not to force the ball to AJ Brown, but like he got to be able to. I feel like Hurts should have at least 50 to 75 yards on the ground every game.
No, 40 between 30 to 60. I would lessen it because I want his career to be longer than if because you force him to scramble too much, he's gonna expose himself and have himself
Right.
for some type of concussion,
He got to get
a
out of bounds.
bad
But
excuse me,
it
a bad
open
hit.
it'll definitely open up lanes for Saquon if he's a legitimate. If they think he's gonna keep the ball on read options and stuff like that, Saquon they're gonna have to respect him keeping that ball, and then Saquon can eat more in those zone reads when
We
he
keeping Tank,
say it again.
Nick. We keeping Tank, right?
We're going to have to.
If we keep Tank, we got a little something going. I would say we
Like a little 1-2.
hell,
Yeah, I like Tank. He
hell,
played solid this year.
I
hell
think
Nick,
if we let AJ Brown go, we're okay running a 1-2 duo like Detroit did. Running a 1-2 duo
They some
1-2
fools.
punch with
I
Tank
don't
and
think y'all lose
Saquon.
much. Like
Detroit some fools for letting Montgomery go. I don't. What the hell were they thinking letting Montgomery go? That's a
because they
1-2
want to
punch.
get Swift more carries. Swift, he in a contract year.
Swift is on the Bears. That's Jahmyr Gibbs. Jahmyr Gibbs
Oh
was
yeah,
still
Gibbs. They want
getting
to get.
burned even with him and Montgomery in the backfield.
They
Gibbs
want to
was
give.
like a top 3 PPR player for the fantasy.
Yeah, they gonna
It
get.
didn't matter.
He in a contract
Ooh.
year. They gonna make him earn that money.
Well, fellas, we can discuss this all game, but I got other topics that we
Oh
gotta
yeah.
we gotta get to these topics.
My bad.
One
I
of them,
crashed out there. My
I
bad.
promise Theo will get to this topic. So it's not this topic, it's gonna be the next one. I got you. I promise you I got you. But for right now, big question of the year. Is LeBron James still a top 10 player in the NBA? Now, before you guys answer, because I know most of y'all are gonna say no. Here's the thing. Even in his 40s, LeBron is still producing high-level numbers, which keeps this debate alive every season. You got his longevity versus whether or not he's dominant. It's the argument on whether younger stars are clearly better now, or does LeBron have that ability to control games when it matters? Also, one of the ideas that are being passed around is next season, if he decides to come back for another season, he should go throughout the league and sign a 1-week deal with every single team. So he would play at least one home game with every team. Listen, it's crazy. Listen,
What?
I'm not saying he should do it. This is what
About
I have seen in all the sports talk.
on 2K.
No, this is literally a discussion. Like other sports teams are saying, like other sports broadcasters are saying, hey, LeBron should sign a 1-week team with every single team so that way he could play for one home game, generate revenue for that team, and then move on.
This is crazy.
Hey,
That's
it's the
the dumbest
craziest thing
I've
I've
ever
ever
heard.
seen.
This is
But
definitely
at
some
the
2K
end of the
shit.
day, it's something. It's an idea.
That's
I'm
some
not going to
2K
knock
shit.
it. I wouldn't go for it, but I wouldn't knock it. Also, it gives them a guaranteed ring at the end of the year. I don't think they would do that. But again, don't pass out on me, Mike. Don't pass out on me. But
Oh Lordy. Very
essentially,
Lordy.
do you believe that LeBron is still a top 10 player?
Not if that's the way he got to go get a ring. What? That sounds wild.
I give him top 15, but I don't give him top 10.
1-week contract with the whole league. That sounds crazy as hell.
Okay,
Yeah, definitely
so
do.
I guess I have to be the mature person here. No, he's not a top 10 person, but that's considering all the players in the league. But if you just consider his age group, of course he'd be the top person. He'd be number one.
He's the only one in his age group in the league. Of course he'd be
I
number
know
one.
that's besides the
KD
point.
close.
Let me
KD
land
close.
this
How's
plane.
that beside the point? That's the
Let
whole
me
point.
land my plane. So 21, 6, and 7 for a 41-year-old with a 50% field goal percentage is ridiculous.
It is.
Also, 50, 30, and 75%. You got to consider the fact that 41-year-old players can barely score 10 points at a time. The fact that he's scoring 21 or like double digits like this is a testament to his conditioning. As far as a top 10 player, though, I hate to say it, but no. Even though I'm a LeBron fan, I think he's the greatest of all time, but he's not a top 10 player this year. And you can look at Shea, you can look at Wemby, you can look at Luka, you can look at Giannis, you can look at, let's say, Maxey, you can look at Book. We could go down the list. You could look at Cade Cunningham, Donovan Mitchell, Jalen Brunson, Jalen Brown. I just named 10 people right there. He's not performing at the frequency that would make him a top 10 player, even though he's been playing out of his mind. And 43 out of, let's just say, he played 43 games out of 43 out of 61 for a 40-plus-year-old player to play over 60% of the games in full minutes. That's great. But he's still not a top 10 player. But for what he's doing, it is phenomenal.
LeBron is always going LeBron. But yeah, that doesn't make him a top 10 player. Like he's gonna go down as probably the best statistical player to ever play the game. However, that doesn't make him a top 10 player for this year. He doing his thing, but he's not a top 10 player.
All right. Well, real quick, I gotta shout out Lady Skips because she's back again. She blowing up the chat right now, saying that she's sick of him. Please retire, and that he's not winning another ring. I mean, could be
I like
fair.
to see him play with Bryce and Bronny.
It's a fair point. Just got to shout out Lady Skips for her comments out there.
Shout out. Yeah.
First off, Lady Skip. First off, we love you over here, but LeBron is not retiring right now. He should retire. I think he should retire this year personally, but he's got another year. He's still great like that. She called him a stat patter.
Stuffer.
You want to know who's a stat patter for real? Luka is right now a stat patter. He was talking to JJ Redick, talking about that scoring title. He's trying to get 30, 35 every game, and they'll still lose by 20. That is the real stat patter right now.
He is a liability. He gonna get cooked. He gonna give up 40 if he scored 35.
That's facts.
Lucas could score 50, but the team will still lose by 15.
Yeah, because he ain't gonna play no defense.
And the crazy thing is, as topsy-turvy as the Lakers season has been, they're only a game out of the 5th spot. Actually, they're a game and a half out of the 3rd spot. They've had so much mess going on, but yet they could still get a top 3 spot in the West. That should tell you how tough, number one, the West is, but also how good the Lakers have been, even through all this mess. They still been keeping themselves afloat. Now, will they win the championship? I'm not so sure. I don't think so. There are too many good teams. You have Minnesota. You have Denver with Jokic when he feels like playing. You have Anthony Edwards. Did I say Minnesota already? Yeah, Anthony Edwards.
Yeah, you got OKC.
I think he's going to be on one of them runs this year. You have San Antonio. If they ever get to that other notch, that other speed, boy, they're going to be a problem. The way they destroyed Philadelphia.
Said the defending champs yet.
Who?
OKC.
No, I'm getting to the Thunder. For the Thunder, it's pretty much rinse and repeat. They're doing the same things they did last year, but they're just giving their players time to heal. But they're picking up good players as time is going on. That's why they're still at the cream of the crop. Nothing has really changed for the Thunder besides Chet Holmgren getting better. because he did say he wanted to be the best player in his draft in the league 2 or 3 years after he got drafted. He already has an all-star selection under his notch. And he's a stretch five who, dare I say, is one of the better scorers over 7 feet. I know you got Vic. I know you got Yoke. I know you got Karl Anthony Towns, but he's up there. And he's more of a marksman than people give him credit for. He's very accurate. Watching him out of high school and watching him in college, like I saw his game and I'm like, if he ever gets some muscle on him and gets a bit of a post game, it's going to be hard to guard.
Yeah, Chet
Very
nice.
hard to guard.
Chet nice. Yeah.
Well,
I like Conley.
I got some updated info right now. Warriors and Rockets are tied at 1-1, 20 seconds left in the fourth. Timberwolves are up on the Raptors in the third quarter, 86-70, 150 left in the third.
Shout out Brandon Ingram from Kinston High.
The Spurs are shocking the Pistons. They are up 92-78 in the third quarter with 2:44 left in the third. And then the Suns Bulls, second quarter, Bulls are up 43-34 right now.
You got a lot of good stuff coming out of Kinston. How far is that from Fayetteville?
Probably like an hour and a half, too.
All right. Good.
All right. Well, just to answer the question, I'm just going to answer the question, and then we got to move on. We got to move on this. I promise. I do think LeBron could be a top 10 player. If he is, he's very French. It's like only 10 and no more. So let's be fair about this. If LeBron is the top 10 player, he's at 10, no higher. Like his ceiling is 10. That is it.
That's
because
respectable.
I don't believe there's too many other players that could run the floor or be the type of impact player that LeBron is. Just saying. Now, could he be that person every night consistently as he needs to? Absolutely not. That man will retire this year. Absolutely not. You got a better chance of making Anthony Edwards the dad of the year for stepping up and actually taking care of his son before you had LeBron to play every single game and drop a significant amount of points. It is what it is. Like I said, is what it is. Well, I keep trying to tell y'all, we speak the truth over here at Squad Sportcast. We ain't never faked the funk at all. Ain't no jive turkeys over here. So, again, like I said, is he going to produce it every night? Absolutely not. That's why he spends millions of dollars in his recovery to make sure he does what he does. As I stated, if he's a top 10 NBA player, it's at 10 and no higher. No higher. We're going to get to this one of these last topics out here. It's the topic I've been promising all night long. The Charlotte Hornets, are they contenders or actually pretenders? Because we had a segment last time when I don't even think we talked about it.
It was me.
I think we said that they were pretenders.
No,
Mike
it was
said they
me.
were pretenders.
It was me that said that they were good. I said it last month. I told y'all to look out for them in January when they were going on that streak. Let's keep it facts.
So after blowing out the Celtics, the question is, are they a contender? Are they a legit playoff threat? I know part of the argument is going to be they don't have deep playoff experience, if any. And you also have LaMelo Ball as a franchise centerpiece. He has been developing. And that core that's kind of growing around him a bit. So it's either, are they really are they coming together at the right point in time? Because that's really the mark of a real champion. Because normally, players and teams start to gel together when deep playoff runs come. Remember, Steph Curry and Klay Thompson started off this way. Nobody took a look at them. Versus the defending champs, ain't nobody take no look at them. So the question is, are they real contenders, or are they really just one piece away from becoming a real threat in the East?
Let me go first as the resident Charlotte person. I want to believe, but I believe we one piece away. I feel like we gonna make a little bit of noise because one thing about North Carolina sports, they're gonna build you up to let you down. We gonna give it all we got, and then in the playoffs, it's gonna be something like a Von Miller strip sack that just ruin all our hopes. And then that's not gonna be the narrative. Is gonna be Cam didn't jump on the football when the offensive line was trash. Um, but when it comes to the Hornets, I believe like we don't have no big man, and I feel like if we run up on a team that got a legit big, that we that's gonna be our downfall.
Y'all
Like we,
got three bigs. Y'all got Musa Diabate, you got Ryan Kalkbrenner, and you have Liam McNeely. Y'all have three bigs.
yeah, but are they going when it's time to play in the playoffs? Are they gonna show up and play?
They have youth and on their side and their endurance. Yes, I think they could do it. But now continue. I got a piece to say about that, but I want to hear more. What you guys say?
I believe we're more of an outside shooting team. I like the pieces. I've always liked the Lamelo to Miles Bridges connection. I feel like they got good chemistry. I like the rookie Khan, whatever
Con
however you
Canuple.
pronounce it. Yeah, how you pronounce his name. I like Brandon Miller. I like our core. I feel like we just like if we ran against up against like a really elite big that we could they can give us some problems.
All right. So I just want to say again, let the record show that when I told the fellows about Charlotte Hornets, I told you look out for them late January, that I wasn't just blowing smoke. They're doing pretty damn good right about now. So to kind of give you some concept, I believe they're 21-6 since the year started. And they're top 10 in just about every single offensive stat that you can look at. You got a rookie in Con Canuple. Think JJ Redick mixed with Kyle Korver. JJ Redick with the footwork, but Kyle Korver with the release. Bruh, he's under 20 points per game as a third option. Not first, not second, but a third option. Because first option is Brandon Miller. Second is LaMelo Ball. Then it's Con Canuple with a pretty damn good 50, almost 50, 40, 90 stat. He's at 46. No, actually, no. He's at 48, 44, 87. For a rookie, that is nice. That is really nice. And his, how can I say this? He's not necessarily the guy that gets the ball, but he's off ball, like Klay Thompson. Think of that's a good fusion. Anyway, I think of a trifecta: Klay Thompson, Kyle Korver, and JJ Redick. Combine all three of them together, and you'll get Con Canuple. Also, Duke, of course, Duke. That's besides the point.
Let's go
We're
Carolina
gonna
this
beat you
weekend.
on Saturday anyway, but that's besides the point. But no, Con Canuple
Dude,
is doing the thing, and I think he has the most 3-pointers for a rookie in NBA history. He's on his way. Diabate is a guy that can run the floor. He could stretch the court out. He can defend. He can dunk. You reminds me of I would dare say looking at Diabate 8-8-1. Think of think of how JaVale McGee was back in the day, minus the clumsiness. He can he can stretch the floor. He can run. He can rim protect. He can dunk. Now, as far as the 3-pointers, that's not his role. But he does everything else that you need to do for a big man. I think he needs to get a little bit more muscle, but that's why I would compare him to like JaVale McGee and let's just say Clint Capella mix.
okay.
Rim protect, defend, dunk. You got Brandon Miller, who is becoming your kind of Swiss Army knife. He's doing everything. He's doing it all, and he's the leading point scorer in on their season. And he's finally coming to form. I mean, I'm looking at 24-3. Okay, 43, 38, 8. He's your all-star in the making. He's gonna have his time. He's doing everything. Miles Bridges, swingman, athletic, can defend. He's doing everything he needs to do and is not complaining about any playing time, not complaining about anything. That's what you need. You need a guy that gets at the ball, and that's what Miles Bridges does. But LaMelo Ball, though, boy, oh boy, LaMelo Ball is that dude. So the funny thing about him is if you watch old highlights about how Larry Bird used to shoot off 1 foot, fade away 1 foot. LaMelo's playing like it's 2K every single day, and he's in LA Fitness. He's in the rec. He's having so much fun, and it's about time he's having a lot of fun because before he was, but it wasn't really adding to anything. But now he's doing everything. 19, 7, and 4. It may not look like a lot, but he's doing
It's
a lot.
legit.
But he needs to be a little bit more accurate when it comes to scoring because he's a volume scorer and he's under 40% for field goal range, and that's not good for a point guard. But he's almost at 90% free throw shooting, which is incredible for him. He's the best ball brother out of the three. And the team will go as far as his energy goes. His energy in particular. They will say Brandon Miller is the top scorer, but LaMelo Ball is the leader. If he matures just a little bit more, if he stops the YN activity a little bit, I still need him to keep that attitude. I need that team to keep that attitude because it's very dangerous on the court. They are fearless, but they have a chance to really make some noise because remember they were way out of the playoff run before this year started, and now they're in the 9th spot. They're not far out of a potential actual 6 seed. And looking at, oh wow, they're 2.5 out of the 6th spot. So a couple of runs. Sorry, Kinston, but if Brandon Ingram and the Raptors fall short, they're not out of the woods. Look out, Charlotte might actually get a play-off spot instead of just a play-in. That's my soapbox.
Here's my whole thing, and I'm going to make mine very quickly. I agree with the Hornets' success falling on Melo. And more recently, the reason why is because if you look at their actual schedule, like their win-loss record, like they've only been blown out like once. Like everything else has been within like 15, which is, I know they have like 2 losses where it's like 10 to 15 points, which technically might constitute as a blowout, but they only had like 1 real bad loss.
I believe they won 10 straight on the road.
Yeah, and that was the game against Golden State back in January 17th, where they lost 136 to 116. That was their only bad loss. Like the other 2, you have to go all the way to December to find, which was 119-104 against the Knicks, 116-103 against the Nets. Then everything else, well, you got this, you got this one in October, they lost against Miami, 144 to 117, and then 123 to 107 to the Magic the next 2 nights afterwards. So those two additional bad losses. But outside of that, to be fair, like if you look at it, they're like possessions away from winning these games. And that's why I was saying, like, as far as like when you talk about potential championship caliber playing teams, or at least not even championship, just deep playoff run teams, they get right after this all-star break, and they learn how to meld and mesh together. This might be a dangerous team to look at. I'm not expecting them in a best of 7 to go and start knocking on the door of Detroit or knocking on the door of Boston Celtics and grind out 7 wins, but they could legit make some noise out in playoff land. Like, they can at least make a semifinal run. They can make a semifinal run. Like, I think the ceiling for the Hornets and a successful year would be right at the final four for the East, competing for the Eastern Championship. I think that's where their ceiling is.
If we can get out the first round, that's a win in Charlotte, bro. We ain't got out the first round in so darn long.
That's why I feel like their ceiling is. So if they get there, like they get out the first round and they get to like I said, their ceiling is semifinals Eastern Conference round. So if they can get there, I think that's where their ceiling is. But like I said, I think it rests and falls mainly on LaMelo Ball because just like Jordan said, he's a leader. If he gets going, also his 3-point percentage in a lot of these losses tell the tale of it all. Like when he's not shooting well from three, you can tell they're going to pretty much lose this game. So that's going to be the whole thing behind it. So
I
need
need
everybody
the
to understand.
the playoffs in the same year, that'd be crazy. City gonna
It would be crazy for the city of Chicago, for Carolina.
Charlotte.
I feel like it would be crazy for Carolina. Y'all made the playoffs in the NFL and when I had a deep playoff run in Carolina, that would be insanity.
That'd turn the city up for real.
Eric Collins gonna go insane.
I feel like it's earned, honestly. It should be well earned. But we have something right now. I have Jordan's favorite game on the list. So we have a keep 3, cut 5, NBA #1 draft pick. So I have 8 names. The fellas will decide whether or not they keep them or cut them. So you guys both have to agree on whether or not we're going to keep them or cut them. All right? So I got 8 names. They're all #1 draft picks. This is since 2010. All right? First name up on the list, the Ant-Man, Anthony Edwards.
– Keep 3, cut 5.
Can
Anthony
we get the whole list?
Now we got to go one at a time.
Keep.
So, yeah, keep Ant-Man.
Keep.
Oh, they the easy keep. The easy keep. All right, next on the list, Cat, Karl Anthony Towns.
Good.
Let me see. Karl Anthony Towns. And we had to keep 3 and cut 5.
There's gonna be another big better than him coming up soon. Cut him.
Yeah, he's been on the court of pause lately, so I have to cut him.
Are you sure? Cut?
Yes, I have to cut him for that.
All right, I got him. He's out of here. No disrespect, Cat.
Yeah,
done great work.
He a nice player.
You might got you on the Knicks, but nah, we gotta cut you for this one.
Next on the list, Paolo Banchero, 2022.
Cut. Yeah. Sorry, you're a Duke boy, but cut.
Yeah.
Golly, y'all make it so harsh. Y'all so harsh with it.
He's been inconsistent, and he's a volume scorer, but sometimes he's not as accurate as he needs to be. So cut.
All right. Well,
he get a mark from just going to Duke. He get cut off of that.
Hey, leave us alone. Leave us alone.
Well, next on the list, 2023, Victor Wembanyama.
He Wemby.
All right. Next on the list, DeAndre Ayton.
Cut.
Oh, these are rookies of the year. I'm like, what were we talking about?
Number one
draft picks.
Number 1 draft picks. Cut.
Number 1 draft picks. You got to understand. Cut. All right. 3 names left. 1 more key. Next on the list, Cade Cunningham.
Okay.
Why did you have to be why had to be the next one?
Yes. It has to be the
he gonna win the MVP. Give me K.
Cut. Because we're focusing on, if we're focusing just on this year, then yeah, keep. But there have been a couple of years where he has been kind of off, so I gotta cut.
I need an answer. I got 1 keep, 1 cut. I need y'all together.
And there's 2 more, so I'm cutting.
Since we gotta be together, we're gonna cut him, but I don't like it.
All right.
I don't like it either, but you got cut.
Next on the list, Andrew Wiggins.
Cut.
Cut.
All right. Keep 3, cut 5 edition NBA #1 draft picks. You guys kept the Ant-Man, Anthony Edwards. You guys cut Karl Anthony Towns.
Yeah.
You guys cut Banchero. You guys kept Wemby. Obvious choices. Come on now, it's obvious. You guys cut DeAndre Ayton. You guys cut Cade Cunningham. You guys cut Andrew Wiggins. And your final keep is 2010 John Wall.
Outside of injuries, I don't mind that.
Yeah, I don't mind that.
I feel like you could have done better with keeping Cade Cunningham, but time will tell.
Hey, Fred, I got a question. You play 2K?
Yeah.
You played 2K11 with John Wall? Remember how insane he was as a rookie in 2K?
Oh, yeah.
Unstoppable.
Well, that's our whistle for today, but the game never really ends. Thank you for spending your time with us, sharing opinions, passion, and a love for sports that goes beyond the scoreboards. If you like what you heard, subscribe, follow, join the conversation. Remember, we respond to every comment. Until next time, stay competitive, stay curious, and keep loving the game. This is Squad Sportcast. We'll see you all on the next play.